Hello everyone, my name is Jackson, and this is a video of me playing Devil Blade Reboot. It's a shmup that came out last year that is absolutely fantastic, and this is my... We'll see this, if you pay attention to the gameplay, you'll see a tragic story of... This is a 2cc, technically, which is not a real thing that people care about, so heartbreak was involved at some point in this run, but I was proud and wanted to show the gameplay. Well, I wasn't going to, but I was actually inspired to by another video that I got into my recommendations because I've been playing some shmups lately. And this video is called The 1cc Mentality. It is a podcast discussion video with Actane and Shmuptopia, I believe, are their names, and I'm not super familiar with anyone involved because I am very, very new. I started playing shmups like 2 days ago. This is like my second full playthrough of this game. I did an easy clear, and I would be recording my easy clear to show like here's what a true newcomer looks like, but then I did a little bit more. I did like a different run that got a higher score but didn't like clear, and it overwrote the replay, and I was like, well thanks, rip to that. So this is my next full run attempt on normal, after a couple of hours doing stage practice. So that's what this is. Yes, and that video is called The 1cc Mentality, and it resonated with me a lot because it was about a problem that I had also been having. It was about a problem for the genre and how they introduce themselves to new people, and the way it was described was like when a normal person buys a video game, they play it, they click play, they choose the normal difficulty, and then they click continue when they die, right? Because that's, in the language of every other home console video game, what you're meant to do. Especially if you're not online and like don't know what any of the acronyms are and don't know what the achievements that people care about are, then you'll be like, oh, what's this game? It's 20 minutes long. Who cares? And I was playing some arcade games recently. I'd gone back to some beat-em-ups because I felt bad. Just a little side tangent here. I felt bad for being so dismissive of them. Like, I had the common view that, like, beat-em-ups are kind of quarter munchers with no depth, and they aren't good, like, you know, Devil May Cry, that's when action games got good, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, hang on a second, that can't be true. Like, there's a million of these games. They can't have nothing going on. What a ridiculously stupid thing to think. Just give them a real shot. So I got my arcade emulation set up and played some Final Fight, and really enjoyed it. I finally got them, and like the way it's all about controlling space, and grouping enemies up together to do multiple hits. The game felt very dynamic. I was constantly making decisions, constantly under pressure, and I had a very good time. But I'd set the game to very easy, the easiest difficulty in the dip switch settings in the emulator, and it was still fucking hard, and I was constantly credit feeding through the last stages, and obviously I did because I wanted to see the end of the video game, but I was unsatisfied. I was like, where can I find the equivalent of a normal difficulty? I want some pushback from the game, but I don't want to like master it and clear it with a single quarter. No one does that. That's not possible. Like, obviously many people do it, but for me, that's just not happening, right? That's not happening today. It's not happening in a year. It's probably not happening. At least on Final Fight. But, like, I wanted to find the equivalent of, like, a, you know, playing through Kingdom Hearts, right? It's a game with some boss fights that are cool. I would like it a little, you know, actually a little easier, a little harder than their normal modes, quite frankly. Kingdom Hearts stand out a little more friction in it, outside of critical mode. But, you know, when it comes to hard games, that's the kind of thing that I'm used to. It's like a hard difficulty mode with checkpoints and you know, regular saves and levels and tougher bosses. But this kind of thing where it's like, it's one challenge you do over and over and over again until you like finally reduce it down to perfect. It's just not something I'm used to. I don't know if it's something I'm necessarily interested in. We'll see. If this video series is like 2 videos long, then I'm clearly not interested in it, and I didn't stick with it for long. If it's a little longer, then maybe I did really resonate with it, and I stuck with it for a while. Who can say? At this point, I'm just a tourist. I'm simply just playing these games and having a decent time as a beginner. So just fully saying that on the table. No one expect, oh, this is the promise to become like a professional shmup player in 6 months. No, that's not what I'm doing. but I was watching this video, and the video was like, said, hey, so much of the like content out there for shmups is of like skilled players doing difficult clears, which is, you know, obviously because that's the thing that's exciting to watch. And people should upload their like more average stuff just to show that you can still enjoy them at that level. So that's what I've done. This is why that's why this is labeled a 2cc, even though that is again not a thing. No one cares about that. But it did take me 2 credits, so that's what I'm calling it. I haven't died yet though. I was so proud. I was so proud of this run. Optimizing my beam usage. I was like kind of trying to get a little bit of score in these first stages, because the only score number I care about when I'm going, because I'm trying to survive, so I only care about making sure I get to that first extend at 3 million. So I have to at least get 3 million. And I know that like this boss fight is the boss fight I'm best at, so hopefully I can get a lot of points here. I take a couple hits. I have done this one in practice with no hits, but you know, that's the thing. I'm like, alright, I've got to really get some points here. Get that into the berserk mode. God, what a cool game. So I'm just watching the gameplay and I'm like, man, this game's so cool. But yeah, I can't remember where I left off. I left my fixing the tangent. I was talking about the video and why I did this, and that it is not meant to be like any kind of commitment. It is meant to be to show that you can just play the games low stakes, and that's what I'm doing. I'm putting it out into the world. I was kind of proud of this one. I was really hoping it would be a 1cc, and then I could be even more proud, but I still wanted to put the gameplay out there and record it for posterity. So I played when I had the arcade games, right? You have all these ROM sets and you can like try these old games, but you feel overwhelmed. You don't know where to start. And I played a bit of Xevious because it's like the first one, and my default instinct is to go back to the start, just as you know, someone who's interested in video games and seeing how genres evolve. And I played it for like 11 hours over a course of a few days, and it was fucking difficult, mate. It was so hard. The way I ended up going was I save stated after every level, and I treated it like a level-based game. Once I beat the level, I save stated, and then I was done. I could move on to the next one. And there were a couple levels in there that took me multiple hours. It was specifically area 13, and then area 16, the final level, which you can still say have not technically beat. I did die and then spawn in the second loop. Which again against the rules of the channel, I set myself, but at that point I was fucking done. I was like, I can't perfect it anymore. Like it would be worthless for me to spend hours just playing Xevious, because I didn't realize when I started it and was doing it save stated, I didn't realize about how rank worked. So I wasn't dying right in the code of the game because I had used save states. I was dying a lot because I'm not that good. I'd set it to normal. I hadn't set it to easy in the dip switch settings. I set it to normal, and I was like, how hard can it be? In the safe states, it'll be fine. I'll get through it, a level at a time, and they'll all be doable. These have all been doable so far, and that was mostly true for the first 10 or so areas, and then yeah, suddenly hit a brick wall in those later stages, and then I was like, okay, going back to the start is just not going to work for this genre. That's when a lot of the games were at the hardest. I thought, oh, it's so simple, maybe it won't be that hard. No, not going to work. So I went and found a spreadsheet of beginner shmups. That is the spreadsheet that you will find if you look up a good recommendation guide for beginner shmups. It's like maintained by the Shmup wiki or community there. It's a known spreadsheet. If you look this up, you'll find it. It's on the Shmup wiki as like a list of beginner shmups. There's another place. There's like a place to definitely find it, but it's linked to a lot of other places too. It will come up if you're googling this question. This spreadsheet will find you. And this game was on here. This is Devil Blade Reboot. Was released last year in 2024. And basically everyone fucking loved it. And I can confirm it is a much better entry point than playing Xevious for 12 hours. I beat the easy clear on my first attempt. Helped by the fact that I had just spent 12 hours playing Xevious, by the way. Like I probably wouldn't have done that, like, with no experience. But like I had very briefly had to like understand the basics of bullet herding, etc, etc. And so came in, got the easy clear with 1 credit, and I'm very proud. Got to turn that to yes on the spreadsheet. And this is my after a few hours. Like I did a couple practices in like stage by stage in normal mode, and I did another easy mode thing for score, just messing about with the game, seeing what's there, and this is my like next real attempt, trying to clear normal mode. And like I say, it's a 2cc, so I make it, but at what cost? I have one continue in the like unlocked in the options menu, but was really hoping I wouldn't have to use it, mate. Like I was so proud of these first levels. Like I haven't died yet, and I beat the first 2 bosses with a shield surplus. That's not happening now. I'm at 3 shields, and you always get put back to 3 shields at the start of the next level, which does mean the second you hit 3 shields, that like you can use all 3 of the next bombs, because using a bomb recharges your shield. So this game basically has a health system if you're not stupid. There is a point in this where I die at a really stupid point and lose a bunch of bombs, and I think if that hadn't happened, I think if I'd got the bomb off in time, which I was trying to, I was pressing the button, I must have been just a little too late on the reaction. If that had happened, I think this would be a 1cc, and I was so close. It was heartbreaking, man. It was genuinely like, man, I was so close, because it felt so good to beat the easy mode first try, because even though I beat it, I had 0 bombs, 0 lives at the end. I had literally just made it. It was stressful. It was a stressful time. And the release of actually like succeeding was great, and then falling at the final hurdle, let me tell you, feels awful. I really like this level. This level is one that I've like had a lot of fun optimizing, like my use of the 2 beams. A lot of the patterns here are very overwhelming, but so long as you take out the right generators, like turrets, you're not in any danger, right? Like I'm being very slow, but I'm kind of safe because I'm not going into the parts. I know this is anyone who's actually good at shmups is like, this is the most boring stage because there's no dynamic hazards at all. But for someone who's new to the genre, like me, this was the one that was like, oh, I'm really starting to get a feel of when to prioritize which beams and why. It was real basic building blocks type lesson here that I found very satisfying to puzzle out. So, can confirm if you're also a beginner, you should 100% right now go and download Devil Blade Reboot, an absolutely fantastic video game. I fucking love it. But yeah, I would like to share whenever I have some kind of achievement that I am proud of, even if it is not one that anyone else would be proud of, right? Like, this is all very beginner stuff. Like I say, I was inspired by that video that was like, we should just have that. That should be on the internet. People should put that on the internet so that they don't just see Dodonpachi 1cc and then bash their heads into the wall and hear people say like, oh, that was like kind of an easy beginner one. It's not too bad. And then just feel very demoralized because like the skill gap between people who play these games regularly and people who don't is so monumentally massive that it's almost hard to describe, and you very much lose perspective on like what is like the tolerance of a normal person who hasn't like engaged with these games before, especially when they're so like diametrically opposed to the structure of regular games. Right, this isn't level based, and there's a couple of level based shmups in the beginners list for this exact reason. Like, here's some more level based ones, so you can progress like a little harder, but they're structured like a normal game, and so you can do mission by mission. And you don't have to do 25 minutes unbroken. This is a pretty short game by the standard of the genre. I think 40 minutes seems to be the regular, but for me, 24 minutes of having to not fuck up and like the entire time, that's a long time. That's longer than any Dark Souls boss, right? Even the multi-phase ones. That's a long time to be on the ball, a long time in which at any one of those seconds, because a lot of stuff happens, right? There's a high density of things happening. Anytime I can make a silly mistake and fuck up to a basic thing. So it's just hard. It's just a difficult thing to do, even when like the challenges being proposed by the video game are technically easy at that point. One of the things I worked on in this run specifically was I was very much trying to be very liberal with my bomb usage. I'd run into problems in a couple of my practice attempts where I would get hit and then I would try to ride it out to the next free shield. and like wait for a more opportune moment to use my bomb. But in this, I was like, no, use your bomb. The second that your bomb goes, use it, because the bomb is worth so much less than a shield that it's so much better to have the bomb be a recharge. Don't try to like wait for the moment for when the bomb will come in useful, because then you'll just fuck it up. Like that. Like right now I've got no bombs, but it's fine. On the next level, you get refreshed to 3 bombs. And at this point, I was riding high. I was going into, I think, level 4 next, or is it level 5? I haven't been counting. This is level 5, yeah. We're going into level 5, and I had not died, and I had 3 life, but I had managed to hit the extend, which is at 3 million. And like then, like that bomb just used there, I was like, I just be safe, use the bomb. I think I do end up making it to the next shield refresh without getting hit, but who knows if the extra stress of not having the shield, like there it is, if the extra stress of not having the shield would have like maybe performed worse. The fucked up part is it really does come down to like a matter of 2 bombs. So there are moments where if I had been more risky, this could have been it. But I mostly blame this. There's a stupid death in this level before the boss that I did not intend to be a death. I had bombs remaining, and it was not. I thought I was going to press the B button in time. I didn't get there. What a shame. But yeah, this is my first one I'm actually like spending time practicing and trying to beat. Like I say, I got the easy clear, and now I would like to do the normal 1cc. It's counted as a clear in the achievements, but I will keep practicing on normal till I get it properly without the continue. I imagine it'll take me a few attempts. My run of the first 4 levels was like miracle level good. See, here, look, I don't have my bomb up. Because I only have 1 bomb left. Oh no, never mind. This was actually a really good one. That one came in clutch. Got there in time. That's good strategy. Never mind. Ignore that one. Ignore that was a great play. Knowing when and when not to use them is going to be a thing I have to always work on. Because you always want to make sure that you use your resources well. But yeah, a lot of this game's design is around the scoring system, which is about point blanking enemies, like attacking them really close. Here it is. There it is. Yep. That was the thing. That was the moment. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. If it wasn't for that, I would have won. I would have won 100%. That was the one mistake that cost me. Everything else I could handle. But damn. I'm still quite upset about it. I'm not gonna lie. Like I say, it was heartbreaking. I was very invested. I guess I see the appeal of the genre, right? It's that kind of riding the tension thrill, which means the catharsis of winning is electric. But if you lose the last second, you're like, well, why do I even play video games? Like, they are designed to make me personally suffer, and it was a mistake to even try. So, you know, we've all been there. But I will upload the next time, another one of these the next time I have another run that I feel happy with. Whether that's the normal 1cc or another game that I would have liked to try. But I'm probably not going to be doing, like, if I'm going to go to an arcade game, right? If I've kind of played, like, I messed around a little bit with Raiden 1, which I like the feel of. I was like, hey, this seems cool. And if I did that, it would be like a 10cc or something. I'm trying to find where that sweet spot is. Where's the normal mode for me now? Who is like, I want to feel a sense of achievements over, like some kind of challenge, but I don't want it to be a single wall to the, I complete this on 1 quarter, because that's just like, that's such a, oh my god, you're a video game god level of achievement to me. Like, being an arcade game in 1 quarter, no one does that. Which is another thing that podcast video discussion talked about is like, especially in like Western arcade culture, it's just it's crazy. The skill level is simply not there for a lot of us. And obviously it can be with practice, but along the journey of practice, you want to have goals along the way. Especially as like the other thing about these games that appeals to me is there's no, like, on a philosophical level, right? This is the challenge, but it's also the thing that I like kind of think is probably a good thing. There's no achievement system. I mean, there's the 1cc, like, I mean, socially, right? That is an agreed upon thing. You can beat the game without putting in more than 1 quarter or fake credit, right? That's a real agreed upon thing. But beyond that, you simply you are given a video game, right? You're given a set of tools, like a toys in a toy box, and then you have to play with them in your own way. You have to make decisions yourself about what you want to do and why. And as much as I have found that really annoying because I like the structure of video games, I kind of think the fact that I like the structure of video games is kind of its own, like, failing in a way, almost. Like, surely it's a good thing to have to play and structure your own. But there it is. That's the moment. That's the loss. I was so close. And you can watch me just, like, not give a fuck anymore. Oh, I died again. Who cares? Oh, yeah, let's bomb again. Bam, bam, bam. 2 more lives, 3 more bombs. Literally, nothing matters at this point to me. Barely dodging. But I do find that appealing, so I want to try to find that structure myself, and the solution I decided on was just to make some videos. And we'll see how this goes in the future. I don't expect those to have like full commentary like this. This was just me explaining the context. I bet I'll show up for like 2 minutes and then bounce and just leave the rest of the video. Because this isn't like a series of real content. I'm not becoming a YouTuber. I'm just putting some videos out there publicly to leave a record of some games I've played. But yeah, I'll leave a link to that podcast discussion in the video description. I guess you can subscribe if you want to. I'm not, like I say, I'm not a YouTuber, so it doesn't matter to me. I'm not here doing the whole, only 1% of everyone who clicks on this video. I don't care. You can do what you want. You don't have to talk in the comments. I gain nothing from this. Simply, what you should do is download Devil Blade Reboot, because it's fucking goated, man. Great game. Anyway, this is really fun. Hopefully I can beat this one properly on a 1cc soon, and then I'll have to decide what my next goal is. Whether it'll be messing up with another game, or whether it'll be trying to push this to hard. I imagine not. The gulf seems high because you don't get the shield back on hard, and so that's so much harder. So it'll probably be a lower death count on normal, would be my guess. Anyway, who knows? Who cares? But thanks for watching. You can find me at headfuzzles.com on Blue Sky. You cannot find me on Twitter anymore. I used to be on there all the time, and then it was all the Nazis, and it was bad, right? It's bad. Blue Sky also bad, but in a 2018 Twitter way. So this is a more familiar kind of bad that I was much more used to. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time, if there is a next time. If there's not, then I didn't get into Shmups. Low stakes. It's just gaming. It's all gaming.